Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss the problems based on capitalized value of goodwill for calculation of value of goodwill. Let's begin with the problem. The following is the balance sheet of Abhi Company Limited as on 31st 12 2015, and here the balance is to be given, and there are three columns: particulars, note number, and amount. Here the first head, equity and liabilities, on that shareholder funds. The share capital, note number 1, 40,000. Reserve and surplus, note number 2, 8,000. Current liabilities, and that creditors without note, 8,000. Bills payable without note, 4,000. Then comes to the assets here. The total liability 60,000. Then comes to the assets here. Non-current assets, and that tangible fixed asset, note number 3, 34,000. Intangible asset, intangible fixed asset, that is goodwill, 2,000. Current assets, inventories, that's stock, 15,000. Trade receivables and the debtors, 9,000. Total 60,000. Then comes to the here note. First note, share capital, 4,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each, that is 40,000. Reserve and surplus, that is a profit and loss account, 8,000. Tangible fixed asset, on that land and building, 18,000. Machinery, 16,000. Total 34,000. Then let's begin here. The profits before income tax are: during the 2012 6,000, 13 8,000, 2014 6,000, then 2015 12,000. Here 4 years profit is to be given: 2012 6,000, 2013 8,000, 2014 6,000, and here 2015 12,000. The income tax rate at 30%. The income tax rate is to be given at 30%, because here the profits are before income tax. That's why here the income tax rate is to be given. The normal rate of return is 10%. The reasonable rate of return or normal rate of return, that is 10%. Compute the total value of goodwill under capitalized value method. Let's see the discussion of the problem here. The Abhi Limited, the balance is to be given. The share capital, that is 4,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each, amount 40,000. Reserve and surplus, that is the profit of rupees 8,000. And here the current liabilities, creditors 8,000. Bills payable 4,000. Then assets, tangible fixed asset, that is the land and building, 18,000. Machinery, 16,000. Goodwill, that is intangible fixed asset, 2,000. Current assets, inventories, stock, 15,000. Debtors, 9,000. The profits earned by the company during the 2012 6,000, 2013 8,000, 2014 6,000, 2015 12,000. The income tax rate is at 30%. The normal rate of return is 10%. Here, whatever the profit is to be given, it should be before income tax. That's why here, first you have to find out the average profit before tax, and you have to deduct the income tax at the percent of 30. Then the normal rate of return is 10%. That's why here, by considering all these informations, you have to calculate the value of goodwill under capitalized value method. Here, this is the problem. Let's begin with the solution. Let me start to solve the problem, that is above said problem here. Here, while calculating the value of goodwill under the capitalized value method, You have to follow different steps. First one, you have to go with calculation of the average profit. Then second one, you have to calculate the capitalized value of the business. Then third step, calculate net tangible assets. Then fourth one, the value of goodwill. Let's go for the solution. The first step, here you have to calculate. First you have to write calculation of average profit. Here is equals to, you know very well here, during the 2012, see here, 2012 6,000, 2013 8,000, 2014 6,000, then 2015 12,000. These are the 4 years profit. That profit is to be considered here. During the 2012 6,000, next 2013 8,000, 2014 6,000, then 2015 12,000, divided by 4 years is equals to, here 32,000 divided by 4 is equals to 8,000. This is the average profit. It should be before tax. Here calculation of average profit before tax is rupees 8,000. Then here you have to write average profit before tax is equals to 8,000 less income tax at 30%. It means that 8,000 into 30% is equals to 2,400. Then you will get 5,600. That is the average profit after tax. The average profit after tax is the 5,600. This is the first step, that is calculation of average profit. Then by considering this average profit, you have to calculate the capitalized value of business. Here calculation of capitalized value of business here is equals to average profit into 100 divided by normal rate of return is equals to 5,600 into 100 divided by 10 is equals to 56,000. This is the capitalized value of business, rupees 56,000. This is the second step. Then third one is there, calculation of net tangible assets. Here in this problem, see here, the tangible fixed assets are land and building 18,000, machinery 16,000, right? Land and building 18,000, then machinery 16,000. In addition to this one, the assets are here: inventory 15,000, trade receivable 9,000. The goodwill is not to be considered because it is intangible asset. Only have to consider land and building, machinery, stock and debtors. Right? This is the tangible assets. For calculation of the net tangible asset, the formula is total tangible assets minus external liabilities or current liabilities. Here current liabilities are creditors and bills payable. By considering these information, you have to calculate the net tangible asset. Here total tangible assets. Take one by one here. Land and building 18,000. Machinery 16,000. Next, stock 15,000. Then debtors 9,000. See, 18,000, 16,000 machinery, stock 15,000. Then 9,000 is the debtors, total 58,000. This is the total tangible asset. Next, less current liabilities, and that creditors here 8,000, bills payable 4,000, total 12,000. Here net tangible asset equals to 46,000. 46,000. This is the net tangible asset. Then the last step, value of goodwill is equals to value of goodwill equals to capitalized value of business capitalized value of business minus net tangible assets is equals to, here the capitalized value of business is 56,000 minus net tangible asset 46,000. Then value of goodwill equals to 10,000. This is the answer for the Abhi Company Limited. That is the value of goodwill under the capitalized value of business. Thank you.